Islam, even though he's given rise to the Muslim Brotherhood all over the world. Maybe Santorum has a point about this guy, you think? Anyway, the Mormons want their guy in. The Republicans want the money. And look, it's a business thing, man. Ron Paul doesn't have the dollars. Santorum doesn't have the dollars. Mitt Romney has endless money. What's he make, $57,000 a day without having to go to work? And then the Mormon church is backing him. The Republicans know it's going to take a lot of money because Obama has Hollywood money. Obama has the liberal money. They want their agenda to stay in there. And so they're going to need a lot of money to fight Obama. I don't think all of it is sinister, Alex. I think they just think Mitt has a lot of money and it's going to take a lot of money to beat Obama. But if you want to talk about actual numbers, if you want to talk about straw polls, you want to talk about voting, I have seen it. I believe oftentimes, Ron Paul wins, and they discount it. Hey, let me tell you something. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can. You broke up a bit.
I know you're on the road. Listen, I was at a polling place in Chicago where the dead vote. You know, it's the mob in Chicago, I believe, that got JFK elected. Sorry, and then of course Bobby Kennedy went after the mob, so they took care of them. But look! I saw this with my own eyes. I was in a voting booth in Chicago, and they opened up the voting machine, and it hadn't been emptied, and none of the votes had been counted. I'm really starting to wonder from the last election. So I'm really starting to wonder if it even matters. Look, the script is Mitt Romney, Mitt Romney, Mitt Romney. And you know the controversial views that the Mormon church has on African Americans. You know about Mitt. He has to buy his underwear at church. You know that Mitt Romney believes that his parents, when they died, they got their own planet that they became gods of. Look, I have nothing against Mormons. Donny Osmond's a buddy of mine. Mitt Romney's a friend of mine. But why isn't the media talking about any of this? Because they want Mitt Romney to be the candidate, and then they can easily destroy him. They want Mitt because he can be beaten.
Hey, now what's wrong with getting your own planets? Obama gets 47 virgins.
No, he's a Christian. He's totally a Christian.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Look, what he is he's CIA. He's the Immaculate Conception by the CIA, and they want the Muslim Brotherhood in charge in Al-Qaeda, so they'll tear that whole place apart and destabilize it. But man, Cal, getting serious here for a moment.
Yes.
Look, I mean, you did tell me the stories. You told me names, all of it, where you're witnessing it, and it's all happening. But you're right. They're so arrogant about this, they'll even say on the news. In fact, that famous video clip that Jon Stewart did, where he put all the compilations together, where all the networks were saying, if he wins, I don't care, we're not covering it. And they all start laughing. Or he gets second place, all the networks report first and third place and fourth place and fifth place, but not second place.
And
the fix is in.
No time on the debates. They cut him off. He gets no respect. But the fact is, he has a message that is resonating. Look, you're either God, guns, and guts and less government, or you want the government to control everything. You want to be hanging off that welfare teat. Me, I want to work for my money, and I want to keep my money, and I want to decide how to spend it. I want to spend it on my kids, not on a bunch of fat people sitting around with type 2 diabetes, the lemmings, the sheep off the cliff. I gotcha. Ron Paul, and what else can I tell you, Alex? Think of the top 3 radio shows. Think of what they are. I'm just telling you, I've been with these people. Ron Paul wins, and they don't report it. Think of the big newspapers. I'm in Chicago. Ron Paul wins. The TV networks, I've been on all these shows. Ron Paul wins, and they don't report it. What else do you want to know?
Well, it totally illustrates what complete frauds they are, and they want to keep this two-party dictatorship going. I mean, look at Romney. In the past, he's now changed, he claims, for abortion, for open borders, for carbon taxes, for world government, wrote the model of Obamacare, and the list goes on and on. This is what the Republican Party leadership wants to give us. Separately, I thought Mormons are against abortion. I thought Mormons were against world government. I want to know why Mormons are supporting him.
I couldn't tell you. I'm not a Mormon. Look, Alex, you probably have a lot of Mormon listeners. They are very wise in many ways. They're wise in business. They also believe in having a year's supply of food. They're buying the seeds. They're stocking up on water and ammo. I mean, there's a lot to do.
Well, yeah, that's what I found is my Mormon listeners are pretty awake. So why is the Mormon church supporting him?
I couldn't tell you. Listen, Alex, I had a school field trip as we talk about the anniversary of the Challenger disaster. Okay? I'm going to say Larry Moore and there were some other anchor people, and they were crying on TV. I happened to be there the day the Challenger blew up, okay? KNBC in Kansas City. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Okay? And they're crying on TV, and the minute the camera went off, they're all laughing and saying, no, I said a Bud Light. And I couldn't believe it. And then I became the co-host his final years of the Morton Downey TV show. And I saw the trickery, and he was having fun. I did over 50 episodes of Springer. And look, the people are throwing chairs and fighting. Come on, give it to me. And then I was backstage, the Iron Sheik and Hulk Hogan, and they're smoking cigarettes and laughing. This is years ago. Oh, my God, you mean it's all fake? And this is what we have right now, Mitt Romney versus Obama. Maybe you want to follow the script. I don't. I read between the headlines, and it's all a setup. And we're getting 4 more years of Obama. I've taken the DeLorean into the future, Alex. 4 more years of Obama.
Amazing. Eric Mancow Muller, mancow.com. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and keep up the good work. We'll talk to you soon, Mancow.
Keep up the good fight yourself, sir. Goodbye.
All right. We'll be right back. Stay with us. More news straight ahead.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing...
Yeah, Mancow told us a lot, but he didn't obviously tell you what he told me privately, or he didn't tell you the details. He told me stuff about syndicated talk radio through the establishment syndicators that I already knew some of, but I didn't know some of these shows have like minute-long delays, and that they're always cutting in and covering stuff up and have splices of earlier programs to cover up stuff about the New World Order or global government with certain talk show hosts if they do talk about it, or if callers get through. Blows you away how much control. Connected establishment across party lines. I've told Ted Anderson, I've said, you've got to find different news radio than what we carry. It used to be USA Radio Network that Marlon Maddox ran out of Dallas, and that was okay. But now, I mean, it's nothing but anti-Ron Paul and pro-war and pro-New World Order garbage. Ted is, basically always saying, that's weird. I somehow just put myself on air and was hearing an echo back. Always saying, that's weird. That's crazy. Not only did my connection cut out to the network for a minute, but then I accidentally clicked the video link at the top of Infowars.com. And so I was hearing myself only delayed about a second or two from the internet. Because, yes, speaking of delays, our radio network feed is delayed by 7 seconds, the minimum feed for FCC stations to cut out cuss words. And then, we're able to delay things 7 seconds when people cuss. When we catch it, we do almost all the time. But the internet feed itself is not. That's why you'll see cussing, you'll hear cussing, you'll see things live over the internet video and audio feed. And that indeed was just happening. I mean, it was delayed like 1 second or 2 seconds, because I just now accidentally launched the audio, and it was delayed 1 second, and then it launched the video because I hit the player, and it was delayed about 2 seconds. Man, what incredible connectivity through our servers. I know we use CDN systems across the globe, but just amazing. But side issue, I think the point we cut out for a moment, we usually have better luck than this when we're on the road, but Baton Rouge has got good internet connections. It says it's 4 bars on the Verizon 4G, but it's when we don't have a good connection, it's cutting out. Oh, by the way, I should add, we have Gerald Celente coming up, in the last 45 minutes of the third hour on a host of economic issues. And I got a bunch of other news I'm going to cover, but I do want to say now, wide open phones. And I'm going to say first-time callers. I like to do that at least once a week. First-time callers, your chance to get involved on air on any issue or question or comment you want to raise. And the toll-free number to join us here today is 800-25... 9231, 800-259-9231. But getting back to the fact that the two political parties are basically across lines. If you want a sterling, crystal clear example of that, a crystal clear example of that, it's how Republican-style radio and TV and news radio ignore Ron Paul and say he can't win with the same talking points, just like the Democratic operative wing of the whole New World Order system does it as well. And so that's how they do it. That's how they carry this system out. And it just shows how outrageous. So we're here revealing the emperor has no clothes, that it's a little man behind the curtain, the great Oz, the great powerful Oz. We're exposing the hoax.
This is GCN.
Okay, my friends, it is hour number 2. I'm coming to you from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, overlooking the big old Mississippi River. And I'm looking at the big highway bridge that comes across right here. I shot a video out there talking about Ron Paul earlier. I got a whole bunch of videos that I'm going to be uploading to the YouTube channel and to Prisonplanet.tv here today. And we'll be posting those at Infowars.com. After the break, I am going to start going to your phone calls. There's a bunch of other top stories at Infowars.com. In fact, let me go ahead and go over there to that site and tell you some of what I'll be interspersing with your phone calls. This is some really bad news, but the head of the TSA, Pistol, 2 years ago said, well, we're starting the naked body scanners, and there'll be opt-outs at first, but soon it will be mandatory. And they're upping the radiation power, you name it. And they're also groping people, I've noticed, after you go through the scanners. They implied that that was for the scanners. No, they want to put their hands on you. So it looks like air travel will soon be out of the question for everybody who doesn't want to be groped and violated, but then soon they'll just be on every highway. Like they're already there. I'm saying soon. It's soon they'll be everywhere. TSA questioning body scanner opt-outs. So this is just absolutely horrific, this federal power grab. They are hell-bent on absolutely wrecking our society. More and more people are refusing the naked body scanners, and so they are moving to do this, refusing to be irradiated, treated as suspicious behavior. So we've got to say even more, no to these criminals even more, because we've got to start saying no to the highway checkpoints, the basketball, football game checkpoints. This is just an overthrowing of our entire system of government. Also, globalists push internet control, freak treaty at the United Nations. And also, again, Ron Paul is being cheated out of Republican nomination, counterterrorism, and northern border drug strategy tied to perimeter security deal. Yeah, they said in the SPP documents from 5 years ago that they would use border security as the pretext to get rid of national sovereignty and actually integrate North America. Also, counterterrorism and northern border strategy deal will be used so they can control who brings in the narcotics and only shut down their competition. Also, regulators harm small businesses and protect corporations. Big article, the national poll there showing the American people get it. Also, big news, Google caught violating browser privacy settings to track users. Turns out that with Microsoft and Apple, with their browsers, that even if you block the Google cookies, they still track what you're doing and get around it, which is illegal. But they don't care because they're NSA, and that article by Paul Joseph Watson breaks that down as well. Really important article. Also, we've got a compilation of videos and documentation with Adam Kokesh on why the media ignored the veterans for Ron Paul rally yesterday. That was a big success.